morning. Thanks for joining us. We've got Ellen Rohr. Ellen Rohr is with us this morning. Our financial expert,
Yay!
our fun friend. Always love having you in.
Okay, I've got a divisive topic today that has some financial implications. Let's talk climate change. That's why I'm excited to have you here, Elisa, because you're the expert. You were a nerdy kid. I want you to brag on yourself. You're a nerdy kid, but you have a lot of education. So what makes you an expert in this field?
I have my degree in atmospheric science, went to Cornell University, one of the best places to get that education. And I've been studying this for a really long time. So,
yay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here because climate change seems to be a divisive topic.
But guess what? It's not.
What?
It's not, and opinion polls show that it's not. The only reason why it seems that way is because we don't talk about it. And when we do talk about it,
rid of my sword.
We don't talk about it. And then when we do, it always has this very combative
Can we take the politics out of it?
We should.
Okay.
We really should.
So let's go into climate change 101. So when we talk about climate change, what is that?
Science.
Okay.
That's what it is to start, is it's science. And it's something that this is not new. It's been studied for decades on decades on decades on end. And it's multifaceted, really, and that's what's the complicated part. Very multifaceted.
Well, I once spoke to General Honore, who was at Katrina, and he was the general who really finally made some sense of the rescue effort down there.
Right.
And he told me, I met him once, and he told me that the greatest threat to security on the planet, to national security in this country, is climate change because people will be moving.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so there's going to be some migration. If lands start to flood, those people are going to have to go somewhere. So how can we get on some common ground with an issue like this?
Well, I mean, we see that happen already, you know, with the floods that come in. People need to move. For agriculture areas, when that land is no longer usable, people need to move. It also becomes a security issue because if it affects agriculture, it's going to affect our food. If we have food shortages or something's not growing well because of changes in temperature and precipitation, that's where that becomes a concern as well.
Is it too late? Are the warning signs there and it's just too late for us? Or are there some steps that we can take in a non-political way that are going to help our wonderful planet?
There are steps we can take. It is happening right now, so there are some things that we cannot necessarily reverse 100%, but we can make strides and we can get there. Clean air, clean water, who doesn't want that? Everyone wants clean air and clean water.
You know, when we look at it in our own yard, we keep our yard beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
We want to be good stewards of the earth, and that may be a way that we can find common ground without getting into the politics.
Oh, yeah. There's no other planet where we're going to go, you know?
Yeah, don't bring up Mars, kids. It's not really going to be
there.
It's not as nice as this one.
Right.
Although we may still want to go. But let's go back to like a couple of tips or some things that you think that in the Ozarks that we could engage that would really help us have a positive impact on our planet.
Anything that you could do to have cleaner energy, the light bulbs that use less energy, walking more, less meat too. Meat can contribute a lot to greenhouse gases, so
meat takes a tremendous amount of resources.
And people don't realize that.
No, like beef alone, so you can eat meat if you ate a little bit less, meatless Mondays.
Yeah,
these small changes could make a difference.
Huge difference. And I appreciate you for bringing them to light with us today.
Yay! Well, you're the expert, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much, Ellen. We'll be right back.